Hey there, gardeners. Today I'm potting up some geranium seedlings, tackling mealybugs on a few plants, and giving my petunia seedlings a good pruning to keep them thriving. Stick around for tips, tricks, and keeping your seedlings healthy and growing strong. Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden. And before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a fellow gardening friend. Okay, so this video is a culmination of several different things that I did with some of my seedlings prior to leaving on a vacation. I was gone on vacation for like 9 or 10 days, and I'm back at this point where you see me doing this part right here, but I wanted to bring back all this little maintenance that I had done because leaving your seedlings for a while is kind of tough. I left 3 children and I left all my seedlings, so it was really tough to just let go and enjoy a little bit of vacation. But here's a quick synopsis of what I was doing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to pot up geraniums. So we're going to move them from a smaller container to a larger container. Then we're going to deal with some mealybug issues. I'm going to show you a natural organic solution that I'm going to be utilizing to continue to combat mealybugs that are on my lantana cuttings. And then finally, I'm going to go and do a massive pruning on my blooming petunias. Okay, so we need to pot up geraniums. We actually need to I need to do geraniums and petunias, but we'll save the petunias for a different time. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out all of my geranium seedlings, and they've all been extremely well watered, which is very, very important for potting up. Okay, let's talk about the varieties and how they have done. And we'll line all these up by each other. Okay, I definitely had success. This one is Geranium Salmon Maverick. And it looks like I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 12 plants come through. This one right here is Geranium Violet MB. I can't recall what MB is for, but I'll put it below. It looks like I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 50% germination with that one. Next is Geranium Apple Blossom, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 12. And then the last one is more of the violet. So you can see I've got violet here and violet here. These are much larger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50%. And all of these were started on December 5th. So they definitely jumped off and did really, really good and then slowed down significantly, which is totally fine. And that also usually is a really good sign that you need to start potting things up. So I think I'm going to pull together my violets together first. Okay, and we are going to be repurposing containers from the nursery when I buy annuals and such. We are also going to need some potting soil. This soil is called Burger BM7 potting soil. It's my favorite, and I get it from Homegrown Plants in Farmersville, Texas. But you don't have to use this variety. You can use whatever works best for you, whatever works best for your budget. I wouldn't say this is the least expensive. It's definitely not the most expensive. I think it's a really good price for the quality of the soil, if that makes sense. So I'm just breaking up a little bit of this. And basically what I'll do is I'll take a container, fill it about halfway up, and then I will come over here and gently coax out a seedling, just like that. Look how beautiful the root system is. Tuck it down, and then backfill with some more soil. Very simply, I'm not adding any kind of fertilizer to it because I like to fertilize utilizing Alaskan fish emulsion, which is applied through water. So let me do one more to show y'all. Real excited about the geraniums and how beautiful they are currently looking. Just like that. Okay, let's get through all of them. So I ended up with 27. It's awesome. 27 geraniums. My original starting number was 48. So I had just over 50% germination. So I'm going to put these under the grow light. I'm going to go ahead and water them. These seedlings were recently fertilized within the last week, so I am not going to fertilize them right now. But typically what I would do, if it had been I do it every 2 weeks, I would add my fish fertilizer into my watering can and water them and fertilize them that way. But since they were just recently done, I don't want to overdo it. So let me get them moved under the grow lights. And they do have some water in here, but I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with more water because obviously there's a ton more soil here. So I'm going to allow these seedlings to suck up all that moisture. All right, and they are under grow lights for 16 hours a day. Actually looks like we've got some little buds starting, which is very exciting. Okay, we are currently outside on the back porch. It's only about I think it's like 50 today, so it feels really, really good outside. And the reason I'm on the back porch is because I'm going to be doing a lot of spraying. I am dealing with a mealybug infestation, specifically on my lantana that I propagated earlier this season. I did it, I think, in November. And I am just like, the lantana are doing beautifully, but the mealybugs are just getting so intense. And so I have only pruned on them currently, and I feel like I need to push it a little bit further. So I thought I would talk with you guys about mealybugs. So basically, I'll put up a picture. Mealybugs are small, white, cotton-like pests that suck sap from the plant, leading to sticky honeydew and stunted plant growth. You have to have a really intense infestation in order to actually kill a plant. A lot of times the plant can move forward. You need to check under the leaves of your plants and around the stems for white, kind of fuzzy looking clusters or sticky residue. And there's a number of treatments you can do. The first kind of treatments are mechanical treatments, and that's what I did first, mechanical treatment. So basically I just came in and I pruned heavily on infested areas. And that cut it down a lot, but we still have it going on. So I have to push it even further. Other mechanical treatments you can do, you can use a cotton swab dipped in rubbing alcohol, preferably like 70% isopropyl alcohol, and gently dab the bugs to dissolve their protective coating, because the white fuzziness you see on the outside is actually the coating. The bug is underneath that. And you would have to repeat that process every few days, which is a little tedious, especially considering I have 3 flats of plants. That's a lot. So I'm going to look at an organic and natural remedies. There's several different ones you can do. You can do your typical soap and water spray. You can mix 1 teaspoon of dish soap with 1 quart of water, and you can spray on the bugs and repeat that weekly. Give that a try. You can also do a neem oil spray. You can either buy like a thing of neem oil, or you can buy it already mixed, the neem oil spray already mixed. You want to dilute the neem oil per product instructions and spray all over. And the neem oil is actually really good for treatment and in order to prevent them from coming. So if it's something you consistently deal with year after year, perhaps you treat your plants with neem oil before bringing them in. I could have treated all these cuttings with neem oil first, and maybe we wouldn't be here. So. And then another remedy is the remedy I'm going to be doing today, which is a homemade remedy where I'm going to be creating like an alcohol spray. So basically, I'm going to take equal parts alcohol and water. So I've already got my water in here. And in the water, I dropped a couple of drops of soap, of dish soap. So that's already in there as well. So we're going to come in and we're going to go ahead and fill this up with alcohol as well. So about equal parts. And alcohol is a really cheap option. Where's the little spray thing? A really cheap option for treatment of mealybugs. All right, and then I'm going to give it a good shake, mixing it up. You can see the bubbles come together from the soap that's in it. And then we're going to treat it with this spray. Now, with that being said, and with it still being mid-January, My seedlings are doing lovely, absolutely lovely. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to harshly prune these back, severely prune these back because they're doing good. Severely prune them back, then I'll have less to treat. It'll be better airflow in here, and I think that I will do a better job getting the solution, the homemade solution on each of the mealybugs. So let's start by pruning. Now I do want to bring this in close. Hopefully you guys can see. If you can see the little white bugs on here, the bigger black ones are the fungus gnats. But the little white ones, they are all the little flying portions of the mealybugs, and they fly around and they procreate. I can't remember if it's a female or male that flies, but so sticky traps caught a whole bunch. So I've got a pair of scissors that I'm going to work with. I feel like this is easier than trying to prune with actual pruners. And I'm going to cut down pretty low on the plant. I'm cutting off quite a bit, which is going to look really harsh, y'all. But these are getting pretty well established at this point. I think that they can handle a massive cut down. You can see that. And you probably can't tell, there are little white things all over it. That is the, look at that already. That's the mealybugs all over it. And I'm just going to come in here, and by cutting off really harshly, it's just going to make it a lot easier to come in here and treat the plants. Look how much they're blooming already. Beautiful. I also have tons of petunias blooming already too. But taking these back pretty roughly. Now, mealybugs do not like the cold. So another option is I could leave these out side for a couple of nights, not in freezing, but just in cold in general. And there's a pretty harsh infestation right there. Just in cold in general. And hopefully they would die off. But Lantana is a little picky with temps. So I don't feel super comfortable doing that. I would hate to lose all these. Now these didn't cost me any money, just the cost of the soil and my time. These are all definitely sticky. I wish I could turn the camera around right now. There's a little bitty bird over there. Oh, there he goes. He was hanging out on my dormant peony. Well, that was cool. He obviously did not see me. He's coming to probably check out and see if I got anything to eat. Okay. So I feel really good getting all that really cut back. And the next thing I'm going to do is take my sprayer. Let's see. Seriously, my sprayer's not working? Let me see if I have another spray bottle somewhere. It's weird. All right, be right back. Okay. So I got this other one that's just dish soap and water. Pour that out and move this one over. This one's like brand new. I mean, I think it's from the Dollar Tree, so it's like a couple of years old. But I actually really like this white one that I'm loading up right now for y'all, because it has this like really fine mist and does a really good job dispersing whatever solution you've got inside it. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to come in, and I am really getting down into all of this. And I'm spraying the top of the soil as well. And the alcohol is diluted enough that theoretically it shouldn't kill the plant. But we shall see, right? I'll keep you guys updated if I end up killing these. You can definitely smell the alcohol. And I'm watching the alcohol like hit the top of these little bugs. And it's definitely like dissolving the fuzzy stuff on the top of them. Oh yeah, okay. And some of these are a little more dense. I'm just really getting in there with it. It also, like everything I read too, said you could just dunk the whole plant in this kind of solution as well. Okay, there's one done. We got 2 more pellets. Okay, my hands are freezing. So these are all significantly cut down. So there's a lot better airflow throughout, which I think is good. I threw some plants that were like really, really infested away, all that white stuff. And some that were dead, I just threw them away. You can see some more of the infestation right there. So that's all here. Now, I am considering, I'm going to go look it up and I'll put it down below. It's going to get to 30 tonight, and mealybugs hate cold temps. But I think the Lantana might be able to handle it, especially because it's been well watered. I might leave these out tonight. I know that's a little risky, but I might leave it out just a couple of days, a couple of nights, and see if that might help dislodge some of this infestation. But I'll update you guys on how this is going. Okay, so obviously the petunias are doing beautiful. They're doing so well. I need to do a massive cutback on them because they are actually still in their itty bitty seedling trays right here. And I'm about to leave town and I don't have time to pot all these up. They are going to have to wait another week. And with that being said, I need to go ahead and cut back significantly so that the plants aren't stressed too much. They're not trying to bloom all of these flowers. So let me show you what that's going to look like. All right, real quick on the varieties, why I've got them here in front of you guys. This guy is a Super Cascade Rose. This one is Prism Sunshine, Super Cascade Rose, and this guy right here is Deep Purple Shockwave. And basically what I'm doing, this is going to be super harsh, y'all. Don't be sad. I am going to come in and I'm cutting all the flowers off. And I'm cutting down pretty far on all of this because we do not need these. Anything, like even these that are blooms trying to come up, we're cutting that back too. And I know it looks so harsh, but it's not time. Like these, apparently I'm really good at growing petunias now. Apparently I could start them a lot later. So I'll try to remember that for next year. But we're going to cut off anything that has a bud or a bloom, anything like that. And truthfully, the thing that's going to be great is this is really going to help them branch out so that when I come back and it's time to pot them up, they'll have a lot more room to expand their roots and make bigger, more beautiful plants. But we still have 8 weeks until these can be planted outside. One thing I don't like about petunias is the stickiness. They're just sticky. Their leaves are sticky, which is probably why I don't deal with a lot of pests for them. Because I wonder if the pests don't like the stickiness either. All right, much better. All right, so these are a little smaller over here. We're going to go ahead and cut them all back. I expect that when I'm back in about 8 to 9 days that these should be about ready to bloom again. All right, I also have some calamintha that could use a little bit of a cutback. Go ahead and do that. Encourage it to do some branching as well. All right, more petunias, and I'm looking for what this variety is. Double Cascade Mix. I think this whole thing is Double Cascade Mix. And while it's not necessarily blooming, it is putting off all its bloom stalks. So you can kind of see them because they're kind of these ones that extend up a little higher. So we'll just go ahead and remove all of those. See that's going to be a bud right there. I don't expect that these will be in awesome shape when I get back. There'll probably be a little bit of yellowing, I would think, because they're probably getting a little bit root bound. But I think it will be easily corrected once I pot them up and they have more room. Okay. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that maintenance. So all of that stuff was done on January 17th. But tomorrow I have a video coming out that's going to show all my seedling maintenance and updates. So I'm going to pull out every single seedling, show you what everything looks like and how it's doing. So you're going to see a massive jump from the stuff that you see today to the stuff that you see tomorrow, because when it comes out, I think it's going to be the 29th of January. So you will have seen this video was from January 17th. And then the video the next day is going to be, you're going to be seeing on the 29th, but I think it was actually 27th. So it's like 10 days apart. So you'll see a massive jump in the transition of the particular seedlings we dealt with today, which were the petunias, the geraniums. You're going to see a massive jump in the geraniums, and the lantana. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop me comments below. Let me know how your seedlings are doing and how the maintenance and care is going with them. Every time you leave a comment, it helps grow my channel so much. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below, letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and that you say hi. And be sure to check me out on my social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If TikTok goes dark, you can find me on YouTube Shorts. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.